Everyone has stress in their lives. Many have very stressful lives, as others do not. Stress in college students is very high and common. Most all students run into stress throughout their education process. Today, I'll be talking about what stress is, how stress is usually caused, and how to cope with that stress. My first point today, what is stress? According to Webster's Dictionary, stress is the pressure or tension exerted on a material or object. However, today we will be talking about what stress is and how it is related to a person. Stress can be a mental, physical, or emotional strain on someone's life. This stress can result in anxiety, depression, or difficulty in everyday lives. If stress becomes worse, then it can even result in many hospital and doctor visits, or death can come from this stress and anxiety. This stress can typically be caused in college students and can vary from one day to the next. And today I'll be talking about the most common causes of stress. The 3 typical causes of stress, according to Livestrong.com, are college itself, relationships, and financial issues in college. College itself can be very stressful. From personal experience, I know how difficult tests, quizzes, and studying can get. Trying to do well in all your classes while still enjoy college outside of classes can be very difficult. The second common stressor is relationships within college students. Relationships with your friends, families, significant others can all be very hard to manage, especially in college if you happen to stay away from home. Again, this hits home for me because I am away from home, and so I'm away from my friends and family. In college, you have to make new friends while still trying to manage the friends that you have back home. The next common stressor is money and your financial status while in college. Being in college and having a job can be very difficult, especially if you're a student athlete like myself. Having time to work is impossible, so my money is very limited, which can be very stressful. Finally, the ways to cope with the stress in college range from physical activities to hang out with friends and families as much as possible. Being able to cope with that stress that college students go through is very important and is a very key thing to do. If a person isn't able to cope with the stress they come into contact with, that will eat that person alive. Physical activities are a great way to manage stress and is the way that I typically manage my stressful times. Stress can be like food, just like this apple. If you don't eat it, it will rot or get old, just like stress. It can tear you down and you can potentially fail. Stress in my life varies from school to family issues. Being away from my family causes a lot of stress because I don't want my family and friends to go to for advice. They are a big support system in my life, and I cherish their advice and companionship a lot. Financial issues are a big thing that I go through with softball, having limited time to work or have any sort of income. While trying to manage all of this stress, I still try to manage good grades and do well on the softball side of things. Stress is a very bad thing if you let it take you over. Stress is a very common thing in college students today. According to 2008 mental health studies, 8 in 10 college students experience stress in their daily lives over the past 3 months. This survey has increased by about 20% in the last 5 years. Today, I mentioned what stress is, the causes of stress, how to cope with that stress, and how stress can lead to many things. And even if you let the stress get to you, it may cause sickness, death, or a lot of hospital visits. Stress, it really isn't worth it. If you try to manage your stress by doing physical activities, hanging out with friends, families, or just simply going to do things that you enjoy, watching movies or video games, whatever you may enjoy.